Oh, what a finisher he's become.
Lane, Oladipo. Oh! That's right. You better mean mug after you dunk on somebody that way.
Gonna run it down. He goes with it. Adebayo for the win.
Yeah!
Let's fucking go!
Something. Pooh, pooh. Pepper, Spanish words and something. Latin something. Margaritas. Pooh, pooh. Yeah! Welcome to the 5 Reasons Sports Post Game Show, a.k.a. the Post Up on 5R. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd, and I am joined today by a full panel. We got my man Jonathan Rumlicon on the ones and twos as a producer and the panelist. We got 3 beautiful melanated kings on this thing today. My man Ricky J. Mark, my boy Threat, and my guy Brian Young, and my man got the Hannah. We talked to your dad the other show, and now I'm glad that he's back on here. But fellas, listen, for all the bullshit that we've talked all season, looking for signature wins, looking for the team to play well together, looking for this team to close out close games against elite competition. We got it tonight, bro. We got it tonight in a game that's very important down the stretch of this season. It has a lot of implications on seeding going into the playoffs, and it's against a really good defensive team, despite who they're missing. They are still very good defensively, and that's a very good team.
Yep, bring that mic back, baby. You're not back yet, sir.
His mic got blocked by Stru. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yo, that boy Stru's P-O-Y, bro. But we kicked their ass tonight, 106-98. We're going to jump right into it. Hey, Ricky, man, we're going to start with you tonight, man. Tell me what you saw from this game.
So I will go back to what I said initially at halftime and pregame. I was concerned about tonight. I said that tonight needed to be a signature win for this Heat team because the Miami Heat haven't had one in quite some time. Some of the signature wins that this team had been known for this season were from the earlier part of the season before some of the guys went down and, frankly, before the league changed and shifted in a variety of different ways. Happy to see the Boston Celtics were not able to capitalize on some moments where I thought the Heat were going to give up this game and let the Celtics go on a run. They didn't attack Hero in the fourth quarter. There you go. Yeah. See, apparently we've got somebody who watched. Oh, should I read this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me shut my mouth and
James.
read. James Todd, thank you so
Ricky,
much. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for the dono. We appreciate you for sending $10, of course. More is better, but we love 10 anyways. Biggest win of the season by far. Ricky, that's me. You talked about getting a statement win earlier on the pregame show. Well, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Thank you.
You can't see them.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, hey, all right. Yeah, well, there you go. Hell of a win. Also, Strus looked pretty good in that starting role. James, I agree. He has earned this. It seems as though every time this guy gets a real opportunity to advance on this team or in the lineup or in the rotation, he takes advantage of it. And he took advantage of it tonight. I think he had, I forget who tweeted this earlier, he had 14 blocks I think up until this point this season, and 2 of them were tonight. Or plus 2. I don't know what the exact tweet was. But look, he came through big for us. At halftime, I was concerned about what Miami was getting out of Kyle Lowry and Jimmy Butler, and they showed up. They crossed the 20-point threshold in the second half. Bam continued to be aggressive. He continued to be active. Guys started hitting their shots. Lowry started hitting his shots. Strus came through hugely tonight. Hero hit a shot or 2 here and there. And Miami was able to pull out the win. They were able to capitalize on Boston's mistakes. It was a good win overall. They are number 1 in the Eastern Conference. It looks increasingly likely that they might clinch the number 1 seed. But if there's one thing we know for sure is that this Miami Heat team will be going to the NBA playoffs this season. 50 wins is 1 win away.
No, for sure. Gad, Ricky was talking about some of the performances. Noticeably, a lot of our bench was missing. We didn't get much from them tonight, but our stars kind of carried us in this game. But give me your overall thoughts from what you saw tonight, bro.
Listen, all the things that we've been talking about on this show, all the adjustments we want to see, all the different types of tweaks we want to see, all the efficiency you want to see from your star players, the ability to close out a good team against... Am I echoing? Is that just me?
No.
I keep hearing an echo. The ability to close out a good team without a good performance from your bench. All of it. We got all of it. This is the test. This is the game we've been referring to. Okay, how are they going to perform against the Celtics? They lost Robert Williams, so what? They have to deal with it. We're gonna have to beat who we're playing against. This was an impressive win. Statement win, like Ricky was saying. Man, that was the right way to do it. I love the way that they closed the game. You talk about closing offense. Boston has just as many problems as we do because they just like to go to ISO and then they're hitting guys that aren't good shooters in the corner. They got 1-3 from Derek White. Outside of that, did Jason Tatum even score in the fourth quarter? Like, this was a pretty dominant performance in the fourth quarter from the Heat. They responded to multiple Celtics runs. They overcame what I thought was some pretty poor Deadman usage in terms of the way that he was playing and whatnot. Man, that was fun to watch. They made a lot of adjustments. Like, it is hard to not feel much more confident than you did after pretty much last week. Like, this is the type of bounce back that you wanted to see from the Heat. They've responded to some adversity. It's not over. You still have to finish the season very, very strong. But the fact that Jimmy was knocking down jumpers, getting to his spots mid-range, Bam was knocking down jumpers, drawing fouls and compromising the defense, Kyle was capable of pulling up when they need him to do it. And they didn't even have to rely on a crazy Tyler Hero game today. They didn't get anything crazy from the bench. I thought the bench was detrimental. I'm super happy to see this win, man. Like, this is a really good step in the right direction. It's not everything, but this is a really good step in the right direction. That is, and credit to Strus. Like, that type of defense at the end of the game, you have earned yourself a full-time role as a starter. Like, that was beautiful. He might have earned himself a playoff rotation spot tonight.
No, for sure. He almost lost that motherfucker earlier because he had several bad defensive possessions, but I think like him making it was like 3 or 4 big plays down the stretch of that game on the defensive side of the ball is kind of like what stuck out about Stru's game tonight to me. Thank you, Rudy Gasson, for the 199. Don't know. He said it was Hero playing timid in the fourth, Kane game. But no, I don't think Hero was playing timid in the fourth. I think he was just playing within the flow of what was going on out there. Like Hero didn't try and force his way into the offense when the offense was rolling. He did what he was supposed to do. He and Strus were out there to space the floor. Stay out there, stay out of the way, keep guys honest and attached to you. And I think he did that well enough tonight for us to get this dub. Thank you, Chipotle Sauce, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said Heat in 5. Baby, great win. Yes, indeed, bro. Heat in 4. Thank you, Alfredo RT. Oh, Adam Bright said my favorite part of the game was when Chris Silver never checked in. When he didn't suit up, bro, classic. Alfredo Artiago. Thank you, OG, for the 333. Don't know. He said they need to find 15 minutes per game to replace Detman. Who? The answer is probably going to be a bump in PJ Tucker minutes. PJ only plays 27 minutes tonight.
Bam's minutes, too.
Yeah. Oh,
Bam's gonna be he's gonna be at 38. Like he's gotta be.
You cannot keep him off the floor. Thank you, Darius Jordan, for the $20. Boy gave us a dub. My boy, Big Money Darius. He said, "I am a man of my word." Bam got a double. Strus owns the Celtics. It's a good day. P.S. Miami Heat white hot playoffs. Ooh, are they doing white hot this year?
I would like to see that.
I think so, man. I think that's regular.
I'd prefer back in black, but that's just
back in black was classic too. Now, thank you, Andal B, for the $5 dono. He said, "Infuriating W's greater than infuriating L's." Good to see Stru shake off those shit turnovers with clutch defense. Yeah, for sure. Bright, want to get to your thoughts on the game before somebody else give me some more money.
All right. So first things first, I think that right after this game, Strus needs to go buy a lottery ticket, because he played the defensive game of his career. And I don't know if today he stepped into Bizarro World or whatever, but he was fantastic. Like, I didn't know who I was looking at tonight. Overall, I think that, a lot of the things that you guys said are true. Like, I don't even know the last time where Jimmy, Bam, and Kyle essentially, played really, really well and won a game without guys off the bench, making big contributions. Like, I think that this season we've seen that this team has largely, won games off of the strength of the whole. But this is the game that they needed, right? Like after losing those 4, it kind of seemed like the wheels were falling off a little bit. And to see them bounce back against a really, really good team is great. I think that for me, when I'm watching the game, I'm thinking like the Celtics, it feels like you're gonna get two of the Nets, the Celtics, and Milwaukee, right? And when I watched that game the whole time, I'm thinking like these teams are essentially mirror images of each other. Like it was so close, man. Like a series against the Celtics is gonna be one on the margins, and there's gonna be a lot of close games. It's gonna come down to late game execution. And if we're seeing a Miami Heat team that realizes, like, all right, we don't need to go ISO Jimmy every single possession down the stretch. We don't need ill-advised threes. Like, we can work within the flow of the offense. We can have Bam operate as a hub, essentially the Draymond Green. Like, you're gonna win those close games. So it's building those good habits going into the playoffs against really, really good teams that you like to see. And like I said, against a team that, you know, is about as good as you, that, you know, a series against the Celtics could go either way. You really, really want to win those battles. I think I don't want to say any negatives. Like this is a great win. But the fact that they did this with Tyler Hero, you know, with Tyler Hero having like one of his lesser games, not getting a ton of production off the bench without Caleb Martin as well. That's a really, really good sign.
Yeah, for sure. We want to thank my man Nick Ordonez for the $4.99. Don't know. He said price of the brick going out. Shout out to King TJ, man, using the lingo. He said, I don't know if this was discussed, but who should be in the playoff rotation? Take this money and buy yourself a nice sandwich. First of all, we're going to chop that motherfucking money up just like dope. And it's between a lot more heads now. So you know what I mean? Like, we might get a couple pennies out that bit after the boy eat the hacks on that motherfucker. Thank you, Jeff305, for the $2 dono. He said 12, 10, and 5 off night for Hero. I'll take that. For sure. In a dub, anytime. We got a lot of people watching this video. So make sure that you like and subscribe to the 5 Reasons Sports Network. More Heat content all the time. A lot of Canes, a bunch of other Miami sports. We do that all here. So make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe to the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Want to throw it to the voice of the people, ladies and gentlemen. My man King Threat has been in here telling these folks the word of God since the beginning of the year. Hey, did you see anything from this game that gave you hope?
Hold on. I don't like the way that question was thrown at me. You know what I'm saying? Let me discuss the game real quick. Let me discuss the game real quick. Oh, all right. So check me out, man. That was a great game, man. That was a great win, statement win. Stru showed you why he deserves those minutes over Duncan. He showed you why he was always better than Duncan. It's simple, dog. I tried to tell y'all game 1 of the season. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad it's coming into fruition. He was stressful at times in the game. I was really stressed out. I was cussing him out on the timeline, but he really backed that shit up. He had 3 steals, 2 blocks, major charges in the end of the game, dog. He looked like Battier, dog. And if we can get that effort out of him, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? That's real huge. Tyler Hero, 12 and 10. I mean, if that's a bad night, I'll take it. And the way the big 3 look, as far as Kyle, Jimmy, and Bam look, I think that was probably the best game they played as a collective post All-Star break. I mean, that's the kind of flashes that we wanted to see throughout the year, and the type of flashes we want and expect to see also in the playoffs. That was huge, the way they played off of each other. Jimmy and Kyle taking spurts of taking over the game. That's big time. Bam stunned it. A lot of people will look at the stat sheet and probably think he didn't really get in his bag, but he was in his bag. It's the shit that you don't see. It's the shit that you're not paying attention to, dog. Y'all got to really evaluate how that boy is playing. That boy is a problem. Yeah, we wanted him to score 20 plus, but dog, it's not just that. He did a lot more than putting the ball in the basket. And you know what I'm saying? We appreciate all of those buckets. And as far as who am I missing? Deadman. I'm not gonna get on Deadman. We gonna keep the positivity rolling.
We'll cover the bench for sure. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it was a great game. I did see a lot. Nothing to change my mind on this Heat team though, but I do. The ceiling for me is Eastern Conference Finals, and that's a great ceiling. You know what I'm saying? So, let's keep the ball rolling, man. Let's continue to build on what we just did tonight.
I think that last line you said is the most important thing. Like, we need to try and build on what we did tonight. Like, if we can continue to remember some of those principles, because I think we did a lot of things differently. Like, down the stretch of this game, there was a lot more player movement and body movement still going on. Like it didn't get stagnant. I think somebody mentioned that earlier. Ramlakan, I don't know if you took notes tonight, but you usually have like specific plays that you was looking at. But yeah, bro, give me your thoughts on tonight's game, G.
Before that, Nick Ordonez asked the question on the dono. So I probably think we see what we see tonight. Probably sub out Max for Caleb, and that's mostly what you're gonna see.
You're on mute, yeah. I don't know what you just said.
I think you sub out Gabe for Caleb against Boston. You need more size on the wing because they just have so many guys that can take you to the rack. Like they will switch and get Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown onto Gabe, and that's just a mismatch that they can go to all night.
Sweet deal. So there you go, Nico Donez. So a couple of donos real quick. So Happy Jack 24, thank you for the $2 dono. He said we going white hot for the playoffs. Yes, sir. SRT Dre, thank you for the 199 dono. Max for defensive player of the year. I think we're there. I think I support you on that one. So I'm with you on that. Somebody for the $2 dono, appreciate you. Demoting Duncan put the team back on track. That's a good point. And I'm not sure if it was really demoting Duncan, but just kind of moving Max to that placeholder spot until we get into the playoffs. And then Tyler Hero is going to be in that spot as well.
Threat, you got this one. Let Threat read this one.
My girl just left me for Strus, and I ain't even mad. He done 5. That's crazy.
That's insane. Get your girl
That's
back, bro.
crazy.
You have to pay respect.
She was never yours.
Brian, you got this
That's
dono,
insane.
Brian.
I got this one. Base touch. The zone defense. You spelled defense wrong. Gave that Boston crowd anxiety in the fourth. Once Bam came back in, we had a whole different vibe. 100%. Yeah, exactly. Listen, man, Bam's a defensive player of the year. We know what he does on offense as a scorer, as a playmaker. His rebounding was really great tonight. Getting in passing lanes, like just disrupting the whole offense. Like that, Bam is amazing, man. Like I wish that fans appreciated Bam for the great player that he is. I don't know if he's ever going to reach that because he doesn't always put out like eye-popping stats, but like Threat mentioned, like his impact on the game, it's undeniable. So shout out Bam, man.
Oh, for sure. Gad, you got Jeff 305, bro.
Jeff 305, thank you for the $5 dono. Food for thought, but our offense looked a lot better with Tucker on the bench. I know he plays defense, but I get tired of his offensive limitations. Yeah, like this is something we've been alluding to. They don't guard PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker's value in the playoffs, if you watched him last year for the Bucks, it came on him seeing that Trae Young was just sagging off and guarding him in the corner, and he would just sprint to try to get a rebound. He was Dennis Rodman in that thing because shout out Adam. Adam wants his flowers for this. He's been saying Jimmy at the 4 literally since before the season started.
I got a clip from me saying it a year ago on 5 on the floor.
Okay, well, everyone can get their flowers. I'm just saying. I know Adam has been in my ear about that all the time, but Jimmy at the 4 opens up a lot of stuff. So PJ Tucker, I know everyone was saying, "Oh, PJ's gonna close for sure." It's not a given. It is not a given. And Jimmy at the 4, it might be working better.
Just real quick. That was nasty work, giving the colonizer, the props of a black man. This is disgusting.
I was gonna say that exactly.
Absolutely disgusting.
You know how
my
they
gosh.
work, Kang. It's a scheme, man.
Sick of it. Sick of it.
We will not have it, Tom. Kang, Ricky, you got this. You got this one here.
I mean, I guess. Haters gonna hate, but this Heat team is for real. We will.
What?
This year, baby.
We will.
We will.
Yes, we
will.
Yes, we will.
I guess they will.
I agree.
We will, Ricky. We will.
We never let
It'd be a
Ramakan
lie.
finish his thoughts on the game. We just started interrupting every donos. But Ramakan, go ahead and finish up with your thoughts on the game, bro.
I mean, first of all, I do want to give Jaylen Brown his props. That boy, man, he is really good. But getting into the third quarter, the biggest issue for me in that third quarter is just how much we were turning over the ball and just the lack of good looks we were getting, and that let him get, I think it was a 15 or 16-0 run. But in that fourth quarter, I really liked the execution all the way. Like we saw Jimmy navigate the screens, get to his spot, and do it with space. Like get into the right spot and get his jumper. I loved what I saw from Kyle Lowry. His pick and roll offense all night long was good, whether it was to Dedmon or whether it was to Bam. Like he was finding guys on the dime. Even if the pick and roll right wasn't there, he found Jimmy in the dunker spot one time to get him a nice little layup as well. So he was doing a great job, passing the ball. what I love that we did is we didn't spam the dribble handoff from the top of the game. But in that fourth quarter, we had two really, really important plays where we had a dribble handoff from Bam to Kyle, who hit a three, and then a dribble handoff to Strus, who hit a three. And that's kind of what got the game back swung in our favor from when we were down 5. But with that late game execution, the Bam foul, Strus defensively, man, I can't talk enough about Strus. I just felt like he was just putting on an absolute masterclass.
Let's go.
Max Elijah one tonight. Was here tonight. We saw Max.
Nasty work.
They put that on the dream by now.
Nasty work.
But man, it was just good to get a win. It was like we've been feeling like shit for the last couple, weeks, how we've been playing. It was good to get a win. It was good to see all 4 of our core guys play really well. And just like Brian said, smash that fucking like button.
Yo, for sure. Let's do that. So I do want to talk about the lack of bench productivity tonight. Outside of Hero, outside of Hero, we got really nothing. Dedmon gave us 9 points, but that is an optical illusion. That boy was fucking terrible.
Oh my Lord.
He was awful tonight in those 15 minutes. He played 15 excruciating minutes. Okay, I'll come to you next, but we're going to start with King Ricky. He's been quiet too long. Ricky, talk about the bench unit. You can pick any player, or you can talk about it as a whole.
Oh, man, look, I'm going to let somebody else talk about Dedmon because I feel like that's really low-hanging fruit. But, yeah, the truth is there really wasn't all that much coming from the bench tonight, which you would have really appreciated, especially on a night like this against a team like this. I thought I would get some hustle out of Gabe Vincent, especially considering it's Pritchard on the other side. Didn't happen.
Get to him.
I was expecting a little more out of Tyler Hero. However, I think it was 14 and 10 that he got tonight. So he made up for it in other parts of his game, which we respect. Dedmon, I'll yield my time on that. And there wasn't much else. I mean, Depot's not in there. Yurt's not in there. Y'all are out here crying for Yurt. You're not gonna see Yurt. Stop it. Stop looking for all these random fantasy players whenever a player you see out there isn't doing well. That's not how these playoff rotations work. Act like you've watched the Heat playoff season for more than 2 years. All right, come on now. Like, you're not going to see them. But, yeah, I mean, bench didn't give what they should have. They better, because games like this aren't going to happen all the time in the playoffs. They're not going to win 4 games like this in a series. I'm willing to say that right now. You're going to need something from that bench. But we'll see. We'll see.
Kane Threat, I promise you can go next, bro. I'm pretty sure I know where this is going. Go ahead.
Listen, Linda. Dwayne Dedmon had me in a Hell in a Cell match today. He had me in an ankle lock in the middle of the ring. I mean, he was hot garbage. I mean, Pakeem, please. I mean, I don't want to dwell on anything negative, but he is really regressed to the mean. Like, post All-Star break, Dedmon is probably the worst rotational player we're gonna see in the offs. and I'm not even trolling at all. I mean, he was bad. 6 fouls in 15 minutes of play. We saw him get 9 points, like Royal said, optical illusion. The mechanic was very mechanic-ish out there. He didn't look like a ball player. We didn't see an ounce of a hooper out there at all. The bench unit was a little porous tonight. I mean, guys have their moments on the bench, so I'm not going to really dig too deep on the rest of the bench performance. I just want to spotlight Dwayne Dedmon and his assness. The rest of the guys will get it together. Caleb Martin coming back soon, so, we ain't got to watch too much garbage anymore. So, but Dwayne Dedmon is bad, dog. And I know we can't say Yurt, but, dog, what's the answer? That shit is worrisome because we can't.
It's more Bam. That's the answer.
Dog, yeah, more Bam. Okay, more Bam, but what are we expecting from Bam? Like a 30, 35, 38 minutes in the offs? We still got 10 plus minutes of no Bam.
Spend all the VC you can on Bam stamina, because that's the only way. I'm telling you. Like, if he gets that Gatorade bar once, you're screwed. You have to be 99.
You know what?
Trouble.
You know something. You know what would be a very worthy expenditure in terms of VC for Bam? His aggression on offense. take it away.
Speaking of aggression, we want to thank the primary sponsor of the 5 Reasons Sports Post Game Show, and that is Aggressive Insurance. I caught the law a bit, dog. So we want to make sure that if you have any insurance needs, you please visit www.insurancebylynette.com or give Miss Lynette and her team a call at 954-581-8800. Make sure you mention 5 Reasons Sports to get your free vacation voucher. But we want to thank Miss Lynette and the people over at Aggressive Insurance for being the primary sponsor of the 5 Reasons Sports Post Game Show. We want to thank Jeff 305 for the $5 dono. He said the Broncos get hunted, but for at least the first round, I wouldn't be mad with Bam, Jimmy, Strus, Hero, Kalo starting 5. PJ Tucker's going to start. There's no doubt in my mind that PJ Tucker is going to be one of the first 5 tried out there in the playoffs. Thank you, Samuel. Oh man, Alinsar for the 199 dono. He said we own their ass since 2010. I don't know about you, but I don't feel comfortable saying I own any other grown man's ass.
Shout out to Doug.
Brian.
Oh my god.
I want you to talk about the bench tonight, bro.
All right, I'm gonna talk about Duncan Robinson because I thought he did a really, really great job tonight of playing that Myers Leonard role. He played 6 minutes in the first, 6 minutes in the second. You don't do shit else except keep the bench warm. I think that's great. He had a block tonight, which, you know, good job, Duncan. He had 17 on the season before this, so, you know, he's another guy who needs to go buy a lottery ticket. Drew a charge, like, that's pretty cool. Didn't do shit else. I guess he hit a 3, but, like, whatever. I could hit a 3.
That gravity was crazy.
It was amazing.
Crazy tonight.
It was great. You know, really impacted.
Couldn't get off the bench with that gravity. That's crazy.
So I just popped.
That's impact right there, man.
Prop to Duncan for getting his 15 minutes of cardio
Isaac
in.
Newton.
Like,
that's who discovered the theory. Isaac Newton was kicking Duncan's ass tonight.
Yeah, I mean that's all I have on him. He really didn't do shit, but proud of him.
No, fuck that. All right, so let's get to it, man. Talk about the bench tonight, my boy.
Let's get to it. All right, so first of all, or actually, you know what? Let's just fucking get to it. Let's talk about Peyton Pritchard. Let's talk about Peyton Pritchard. Because this motherfucker is the real G.I. Jane, okay? This man comes out looking like he's for the 3%ers, I swear to God. And he comes out, him and Gabe Vincent pretty much match each other. But I'm still mad at this guy for having the putback layup against us. So you know what? We'll slander him. But let's run the culture minutes because we got some stuff to talk about today. So first and foremost, we'll start with G.I. Jane. If you're wondering what the acronym stands for, it's keep my wife's fucking name out your fucking mouth. Because you already know that shit was coming. Fuck G.I. Jane. Fuck Peyton Pritchard. I don't care about him. Gabe Vincent, my guy. I love him. What the actual fuck was he doing out there tonight? Like, comes in, gets a wide open corner 3, and dribbles out of it so Marcus Smart can take the ball. Like, that was probably his ugliest moment since the Pacers game where he got his first start earlier in the year. Ugly game from Gabe. I don't expect it to be like this every night, but you're going to need him to play because he can play defense in the playoffs, and he's got to show up. Dwayne Dedmon, another what the fuck, slightly better than Gabe because he somehow went 3 of 3 from the field. But you know how bad you have to be to let Daniel Tice go 6 of 6 and score 15 points? That's absurd. That shit cannot happen. Okay, and then we got backup Strus. Duncan was mid, and then, you know, I just decided to take it easy on him tonight. So we'll just say he was slightly less mid. And the last one, jump shooting, couldn't fit the entire shooting in there for some reason. But listen, they're making progress. Jump shooters are making progress in terms of Kyle, Jimmy, Bam. If they hit jump shots, the math changes with this team. I will say that much. And I had to leave the top spot open for my man, Caleb Martin. No one even played remotely close to as good as Caleb does, because that man is good at basketball tonight. So we'll just give him his flowers a little bit. Man, the bench sucked, and this shit cannot happen again. But that's tonight's Culture Minutes.
I'm just trying to figure out why KZ called straight the way he did. One thing I do want to
say real quick, I am worried about Gabe, and I know a lot of y'all are fans of Gabe. But the last 10 games shooting under 28% from 3, 26% from 3. Last 20 games shooting 30% from 3. Last 20 games shooting under 40% from the field. I mean, I'm very worried. Y'all might not be, but I'm very worried. So,
okay, so here's the thing. I think this is
What?
I'm dead. That's crazy.
Okay. So to the game thing, bro. I think the Celtics in general are just a bad matchup for Gabe.
Yeah.
And just being honest, in terms of like the shooting numbers that you were talking about, the alternative is playing Victor Oladipo, and you don't want that either. So it's like we gotta give Kyle Lowry a blow every now and again. Gabe is the best option we had. And sometimes he is a pretty.
Hey, he said it. He said it with pride. Royal the Stallion in full favor tonight. Let me tell you.
Yeah, don't start with y'all shit.
No.
Oh no! It's only 10:45.
But yeah, I do want to acknowledge something that Ricky said. Why did KZ Okpala and Chris Silver catch strays on culture minutes tonight, Gadiel Cartagena?
What are you talking about?
They're on the bottom. Look on the
no. Don't act like you don't know. You know what you did.
Hey, I'm just don't shoot the messenger. The culture minutes act on themselves.
Yeah, can you prove to me that if KZ Okpala had played tonight, they would not have won by 20? Because I'm pretty sure. I mean,
Boston would have.
Boston would have. How do you know that for a fact?
I don't.
Okay.
How do you know they would have won by 20?
Look at Manny. Manny say, "What the fuck did I just see, bro?" Listen, bro. You blame Jonathan Robinson, bro. He does what he wants. Who's the don't know from?
Yeah, back to it. Here we go.
Thank you, Brandon Alvarez, for the 199. Don't know. He said, shout out to Lowry. Made some big threes tonight. Yeah, we're going to talk about him next. Thank you, somebody, for the $2 don't know. He said, watching Dedmon make me miss KZ Okpala. Damn, son. No, for sure. Like, Dedmon was horrible. He was horrific tonight. But I did want to get Ramakan's thoughts on the bench before we moved on to Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, I think it's going to be different come the playoffs because the way it's just going to be staggered, right? You're not going to have all 5 starters out there at once, and we're going to take Hero off the bench and probably start him anyways. So I'm not really too worried about the bench production too much just because it's going to be staggered. Those guys are going to get their shots regardless because of the role they play. And if it's Jimmy and Kyle and a bunch of role players or Tyler and Bam and a bunch of guys from the bench, like, it's going to work out somehow. I'm not really too worried about it. Like, tonight was a game where they didn't really bring it, but when you have your best players playing with like how they're playing, that's how you're supposed to win games. Like, we're not supposed to be relying on the bench. And when Tyler Hero starts, we're really not going to have too much of a bench. Those are going to be more energy guys. But yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
That's not bad.
That's a good idea. I'll have my people talk to my people.
Thank you, Darius Jordan, for the $5 dono. He said if we still had practice, Giannis, he'd lock up Tatum up. If we still had practice, Giannis, he'd lock Tatum up. Oh, yeah, of course. That's what he does. What's Dexter Pittman doing these days? Selling tacos out of somebody's garage.
He's wearing number 21 for the Miami Heat. What are you talking about?
No, but let's talk about Kyle Lowry. I feel like I'm taking too long to let Ramakan talk, so he's gonna start with us. Darius Jordan, yes indeed. So Ramakan, I want you to start the Kyle Lowry conversation tonight. He was phenomenal. Like, boy was good. He had a bunch of timely shots. We seem to have found something with him lately. But
yeah, man,
I want you to talk about his game, bro.
Like, everything was on point. Like, this is the Kyle Lowry tonight that you wanted to see when you signed him. Like, this is the guy that was taking the open three when it's there, like navigating the pick and roll, not just, being traffic style Kyle Lowry and directing everybody on offense, but he's actually doing stuff and he's actually being impactful on offense. So, like, I feel like tonight was just one of those games where, he was just hitting every, when he's hitting a shot, it's really good. And as well as he was just setting everybody up as well. So, navigations of the screen, the way he was able to find guys that was cutting, he was able to make the Jimmy Bam minutes work a little bit better. And whenever, that's able to happen and Kyle's able to space them out and just give them a little more room to work, that's how that lineup is going to be maximized. That's what I think the key to that Jimmy Bam lineup is going to be, because we already know that those two guys have a tough time putting it together. But when you have Kyle out there navigating and putting those guys in the right spot and then hitting the shot as well, pulling guys away from them, giving them the space, I think that's the best version of Kyle Lowry. And I think that's what we saw tonight.
I mean, that lineup is already maximized. You see who's starting at the 2 for this team now? Just saying. No bar.
Man, those are facts. But King Threat, we coming to you, bro. Same thing, bro. Kyle Lowry. I guess this is kind of a chicken or the egg question, but what was more important to you? Him actually making the shot, him taking the shots, or him actually making the shots?
Ooh, I'm definitely gonna have to roll with him actually taking the shots. I definitely think that definitely has the defense on their heels when he's actually being aggressive and looking to score. The thing that impressed me the most outside of him scoring today was one turnover, dog. And a lot of times we see Kyle Lowry do these crazy passes and get people almost killed, almost like how the hero throws the alleys and almost gets other guys killed. Lowry throws some crazy passes tonight, but he was real careful with the ball in a game where everybody else was kind of sloppy. So I was impressed to see him kind of handle the rock, get everybody in position, do what he got to do, and also get a bucket in timely matters, dog. It's like we saw spurts of him take over the game, and that's what we were hoping to see throughout the season. And hopefully, he says he's getting ready for the real season. Hopefully, we see him getting this type of bag more throughout the postseason, and that's what I'm hoping for, honestly.
Yeah, bro. When you said Tyler Hero was throwing them passes, I was about to say, Udonis has them rolling over in his grave.
Rolling over on the bench.
I'm telling you, thank you, David Sasson, for the $2 donation. He said Dedmon and J. Cole in the African League. Bro, that joke feel racist, bro. What you trying to say, David Sasson?
It most certainly was.
Why you ain't got no picture, David Sasson? What you trying to hide?
Mm-hmm.
Brian, we're going to get off of Kyle Lowry because I think Jonathan and Threat kind of said everything that needs to be said there. I want to show Jimmy a little bit of love because we have been on Jimmy's ass quite frequently as of late. But in a night like tonight, Jimmy was absolutely everything that we need and expect him to be headed into the playoffs. So talk to me about what you saw from Jimmy tonight, bro.
Man, I love what I saw from Jimmy tonight. Like, I thought that this would be a night that he struggled just because we've seen Jimmy struggle against length. And
hey, what is going on?
Hey, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
No pause, son. No pause. Keep
no, pause. But I got to figure out a way to word that. But we've seen Jimmy struggle against certain types of players that have fucking shit, dude.
Earthy players?
I was about to say size.
Guys that have size. I get. God damn, bro.
Jimmy can't. He can't listen. No, you can tell it how Jimmy. You can tell it how it is. Jimmy can't handle a big man like that. That's all it is.
He can't handle longer players.
There's certain types of players that Jimmy struggles against. Y'all know what players Jimmy struggles against. And I thought that this would be hard against the Celtics because like, they switch everything. You always got to get someone on you.
Brian right now feels like the Heat's closing offense the entire season.
This is horrible, bro. This is horrible. I can't. It's like a minefield.
Hey, their O was fantastic tonight.
This is crazy. The point is, Jimmy tonight overcome struggles that he had been having all season. He still took 3 threes tonight, which I think is 3 threes too many. But I felt that he wasn't being overly ball dominant. He actually made his middies tonight. God, pause, bro. Just cool
I don't even have a red card right now, but like that.
Yo, Brian, this is a family show, Brian.
I'm trying to. It's not my fault. I'm blaming the comments.
Hey, but anything can happen at the night show.
Yeah. Anyway, I the rim pressure was great. How many people bro? Man, this is horrible. I'm just
oh my god, bro. This is a slippery.
Look at that! I'm fall right into the trap. Oh my god!
Oh man! Overall, it's great to see Jimmy excel in this type of a matchup. It gives me confidence in the series against the Celtics. Maybe the series against Milwaukee. We still have to see. But the fact that he was able to be successful in a game where Bam was also successful was great. It didn't look like they were getting in each other's way too much. There was one play in the first quarter where Jimmy had Bam open under the basket, didn't give him the ball. That kind of upset me. But it's all good. It's all good. Jimmy played great. I'm happy with it. I'm just gonna pass this on. This is horrible. This has been derailed.
Derailed.
I say derail. Whatever else you think, that's all you. I'm just gonna say, but this whole listen, any weird ass thoughts y'all got in your head. I'm talking about basketball. So
no, we are too. We are too. I don't know what you're on.
I don't.
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Cool.
Listen. Jimmy was wet tonight in that fourth quarter. I will tell you that much.
He was stroking it from mid-range.
He was stroking it, bro. No question. Oh my gosh.
Jimmy that ball.
Thank you, Talking Movies, for the $2 donut. I never read it, Ramadan. Is that Brian channeling his inner karate? Yeah, man. Thank you, Darius Jordan, for the $5 donut. He said Jimmy at the 4 is everything Miami wanted out of Andre Iguodala. That's actually a really good counterpoint. Yeah. I mean,
they got to the finals.
Sure. Gad, talk about Jimmy Butler.
I thought Jimmy played really, really well. The thing that I like to see was Jimmy not hesitating to shoot his shot and getting to the spots where it feels good. And listen, he did it, and he was hitting. He was hitting. That's the only way to put it. He was hitting. I was happy with the way Jimmy played. Like, once that jumper is falling, the offense definitely changes. And you saw they didn't have to hijack the offense in order to get Jimmy involved. It was like, okay, catch the ball on the perimeter, take 2 dribbles in, mid-range. Catch the ball off a screen, Jaylen Brown's going to be trailing, get you to your spot, mid-range. Really, really good stuff. And then early on, I felt like he was the only calming presence that they had offensively. He was actually able to get to the hoop, and he was able to just... He was making them struggle. Okay, I'm trying to not trip up here and say anything that might get censored. But no, I like the way Jimmy played. Like, he's doing a really good job with that closing offense. I think if they can get that ball movement more involved late in games, I can feel much, much more confident about this team. And if Jimmy's hitting that mid-range, which he did tonight, and Bam was doing it too, and Kyle hit it too, if those three can start to hit mid-range and Kyle's hitting those pull-up threes, this offense looks a lot more playoff ready than we've been anticipating the entire year, because that is the aspect that has not been there, and it's been better recently. So if they turn up at the right time, like, this team could actually have an offense that could get them by to the point where they need to be in the playoffs. So before I trip up and say anything else, I'm gonna let the train go to Ricky.
See, there you go. There you go again, Gad.
So Ricky last in the train.
I want no parts of that train. I'm a good
But you're the last man up, Ricky. You got to finish strong, bro.
Yeah,
Well, out of that train.
Yeah, well, you the one that started the train, Brian. So
you put Ricky in a sticky situation just now.
Anyway, so first things first, the United States have qualified for the World Cup. The Memphis Grizzlies have clinched the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. Might not be unrelated, but guess what? Basketball exists outside of Miami Heat basketball. Anyway,
that's a lie.
Yeah, no, it's not a lie. No, all right. But here's the thing. Normally,
outside of South Beach,
I've been so used to mid Jimmy that I was surprised to see him actually doing well from mid range tonight.
We got big Jimmy tonight.
Yeah, for you, I wasn't that close to him. I can't tell. But the reality is he was really attacking the mid range tonight in a way that I honestly hadn't seen in quite some time. This was the Jimmy that made him into that solid to good to borderline great player. His proficiency from the mid range, and if he is able to continue to go towards that while allowing the shooters to do what they do best, which is shoot from deep. Ultimately, it makes this Heat team much more lethal. It frees Bam to do what he should be doing. It frees Kyle to be scooting over to the left while shooting threes. I kept noticing that tonight, even though we're not talking about Kyle right now. When my ultimate thing is, when the players on this team do what they're supposed to be doing, do what they're good at, it makes everybody else's job easier. Mm-hmm. And I wish it were more complicated than that, but we have guys on this team that have very specific skill sets and specific roles. If they stick to that role, then guess what? It makes Miami's chances a lot better heading into the playoffs.
Yeah. So, quick, simple yes or no question. Did tonight's game kind of make you feel better about heading into the playoffs? Like, do you feel more confident that this team can kind of right the ship heading into the playoffs? Ricky, you first.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, ever so slightly.
Brian.
No.
Threat.
Nah.
Ramakan.
Better, yes.
Yeah, like I think it made me not blind to what could still potentially happen to Miami, but it gave me a little more confidence that they can string together a few games like this. Boston's a really good team, and that's kind of what I'm basing this all off of, because the win over Sacramento didn't really inspire the same level of confidence that I had tonight. But like just being able to see it on the court inspires confidence in me. Like they have a formula that could work against any team in the Eastern Conference. That to me, if they can get to that identity and just kind of play well within themselves, then I believe that they'll be just fine. So,
wait, let me say one thing on that.
but
Yeah, no, I just feel like a lot was made out of the fact that they lost 4 straight, which isn't great. Like I'm not saying that a four game losing streak isn't concerning, but I feel like even then they were still the team that could beat or lose to any team in the East.
For sure.
So I think that's kind of where it's like not really different. Like we've seen this team play great all season. Like they're the number 1 team in the East for a reason because of all the work they put in previously. So I don't know. I feel like it's one thing to be like they were really good and then they lose and you're like, shit, well, I guess they can't win. This stuff changes so quickly in the NBA, man. There's 82 games. Like there's going to be good and bad stretches. So the ceiling is still pretty high with this squad, regardless of what's happened in the past couple weeks.
So who you all really afraid of? For me, it's only Milwaukee. Go ahead.
I just wanted to add to that I just feel like kind of like what Brian said, I feel like we can win any series, but we can also lose any series. I think for us, though, it's more of not beating ourselves because everybody has a role, like you said, and everybody has to play in that role perfectly. I mean, we can't afford games where it's 2-3 guys off. Everybody has to play their role to a key. You know what I'm saying? We can afford one guy, but we can't afford 2-3 guys. Most teams, they can get away with a bad shooting night from most of their bunch of their guys, but every other team has 2 stars that can elevate them over the top over any other team, and that's where we lack, where we don't have. We have to play nearly perfect basketball every time we step on the court to win a lot of these series. So that's my only thing. How often can we get to that level of play? How consistent can we rely on something like that? You know, we don't have the ability to have stars bail us out when we're not playing to a T, and that's my biggest knock.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah. And the thing is, look, even if this team has everything go their way, if the other guys are doing well, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. I think we need to come to terms with that. I mean, look, I don't think there's anything wrong with accepting that we're probably not the best team in this conference. It doesn't mean you can't win the conference, but it's okay to think that maybe this Heat team ain't as good enough as a fully powered Milwaukee or maybe even a fully powered Brooklyn, considering what they did just the other day. But here's the thing. I think one of the beautiful things about this journey that we're on, known as this regular season plus playoffs, is that this Heat team has a chance. I agree. I think I don't think anyone here or in the comments would disagree with me if I said this Heat team has a chance. Our chances, in my opinion, a little bit lower than some of the other guys because those other teams have superstars that can carry them through fourth quarters and not have to worry about, for example, a play late in this game where they dribbled out the clock, and I think it might have been Hero or Lowry or whoever. They weren't able to do that. A lot of these recent losses, these close losses, have been defined by plays like that late in games that have resulted in either a turnover or a backbreaking shot on the other side. You're welcome. I did that on purpose. But ultimately, this Heat team, while they do have a chance, they need, like Threat and earlier me said, they need everything to go their way. They need a lot more to go their way, plus hoping that those other guys don't wake up. Like, for example, we need KD to chill. Don't remember that you KD and drop 50 in a playoff game on top of what everybody else can contribute. If that happens, a couple pieces fall here and there, yeah, that chance is there. But just enjoy the ride.
I think for me, when people was like the question was like, who do I really fear? I think Milwaukee is the one team that I want to kind of like push until the Eastern Conference Finals to play. Anybody else, bring their ass on. Like, I feel like the Heat have a 50-50 shot against all of them teams. That includes Brooklyn. That includes Philly, because they have their flaws. We have ours. You're right. They have superstars who can go off, but they also have people who choke in the playoffs on those sides, too. Thank you, Chipotle Sauce, for the $1.99. Don't know. He said, imagine if Gabe Vincent had a consistent mid-range.
What if it was 6'7"?
Imagine if everyone on this team had imagine if Bam had one. Jimmy.
Imagine if LeBron never left.
Yeah.
I mean,
Imagine
That
if
game-
D-Wade never took out his meniscus.
That game sucks. That game sucks to play because it always puts you in a la land that's never going to happen in real life. So let's talk about the real game. We play on Saturday. We play Chicago. We go to Chicago. This is a pretty easy one for me. But let's check about everybody else. Kane Ricky, the boy feeling good?
I'm feeling a lot better than I was maybe a week or so ago. The hope is that this Heat team will take some of what they learned tonight and pass it on over to that Bulls game. Because, look, the Bulls lost to the Knicks the other day, and the Knicks just lost tonight. They're one game away from going back to the lottery. At this point, you have no excuse to lose to the Bulls, especially after what you showed the national viewership tonight against the Celtics team that had been surging. Go out and win that game because at this point, the Bulls are who they are. They've been sliding. Let's not slide ourselves. Let's not let this singular Celtics win be like a diamond in the rough in the midst of a really rough stretch. Go out and get that game because at this point, we're less than, 15 games left in the season? There are no excuses. It's playoff time. Let's
15.
go.
We got 5 games left, Ricky.
What did I say? I said less than 15, right? I wasn't incorrect.
Hey, I respect that logic.
We got less than 82 games left in the season, ladies and gentlemen.
He is not wrong.
Right, but less than 15, that's a specific stretch in the season where it's like gut check time, to quote Greg Sylvander.
What about less than 10 games?
That's fine too. I chose 15. It's a nicer number.
In 10?
15 strong. Hello, 2006 champions.
I was.
I was there for it. I mean, Pat Riley stuck his head in the tub and held his breath. Shaq said for like 2 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I caught it.
Hey, Rico Baptiste is really dick munching crazy in the comments right now. I'm gonna keep the same energy always. I'm gonna keep the same energy. You could keep tooting your ass up for the Heat. I will not toot my ass up for the Heat.
I don't. You're not alone, Brett.
This team is not winning the chip. You can mark me saying that. I don't want to be negative, but you really grinding my gears right now. Stop playing with me. Go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, the boy feeling good?
The boy feeling good. I know the Heat have beat the Bulls more than one time throughout this season, so that's more than enough for me. They're the better team. I think the Bulls are the most fraudulent. Like, I would love to watch the Jazz and the Bulls play each other in a playoff series because that would just be a fraud off where zero team wins a game. Like, it's just my gosh, bro. I watched Nikola Vucevic try to close out on Kristaps Porzingis the other night, and I was crying laughing because he never changed direction. He just kept moving towards half court. And it's like, bro, this is the team that was the 1 seed for a long period of time, and everybody was saying, ooh, they're so scary. You can have your doubts about Miami. I have full confidence that the Miami Heat will absolutely blow that shit out. I have no question in my mind. They are the better basketball team. Unless the Bulls are shooting 50% from 3 with all the role players popping off, the Heat are just the better team.
Then Chicago.
Give me 1 second. I'm finna comment in this bitch. Don't listen to them folks, Rico. They try to get you dragged out here. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Brian, the boy feeling good?
The boy feeling good. Aren't the Bulls like 0-16 versus the top 4 seeds in the East? Like some crazy number. So I don't think this is going to be the one. I feel very, very confident. I would bet anything on this game that the Heat will win. So, yeah.
I like that. Bet your house.
Bet my house? That was in theory.
I need me a California vacation home right quick.
I live in a shitty ass apartment. You want to bet that? Sure. Listen, you want $3,000 rent?
Hey, no, sell that house.
You said
Time out.
How much is your rent,
bro? In the last place, they wanted $5,000.
Oh no.
Dude, no.
Yeah. Rent is going up in South Florida, and still that no. You
bro,
1,500.
That was a goddamn duplex.
You said how much?
$5,000 for a duplex.
You getting robbed? You getting robbed?
Well,
move back east, bro.
That's
no, don't do it.
I'm from the east,
bro.
I don't care.
That's so crazy. Just get a dehumidifier and move to Florida.
Seriously.
My
Listen,
God,
Nah,
that's
that
insane.
humidity almost killed me. That shit
You
is
can get a
insane.
mortgage for
Yes,
less.
sir.
That's
Hey,
a beautiful state, but goddamn.
The show ain't over yet, bro.
You know how much queso
We're
you can get,
almost at
Brian?
we're almost at the end of the show, bro. We can do this after. We do this after the
fair.
show.
That's fair. Or
Or we can do it now.
we can do it right now. Let's do the intervention.
Yo,
Brian, I will hop on Zillow. I will have my people talk to your people.
Sure.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to what happens as soon as we stop the show. Like this,
Literally.
Assuming it's not live anymore.
bro, you wasn't even here, bro. Like, get
Yeah,
the
but I
threat.
clipped it. It's ready.
Yes,
The boy
sir.
feeling good.
The boy feeling good, man. The Bulls are a very fraudulent squad when it comes to playing the top dogs in either conference. I'm not gonna play against the odds, man. He gonna blow that shit out, man.
Yeah,
Bro, they're
sir.
killing you.
Yeah, bro. They said I look like Trey Rag.
It's true. It's true. Don't run from it.
Bro, my wife showed him to me first, bro. She told me who he was.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like I got like a video saying he was like, "Oh man," that's it.
No,
Like,
but,
that shit's
but
so
you got to switch the orientation of your screen because for some reason he lives in a world where it's like only vertical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Even though he's only on YouTube now, he's still.
Hey,
does
that's
it.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wait. Stay.
Stay like that. You want me to lift my webcam and hold it like this?
No,
How you gonna solve it? Oh my God.
That's crazy. Oh my God. Nah, that is crazy.
Oh my gosh, bro. That's why Royal's so funny. I knew it. He's a fucking comedian. Damn.
Yo,
No
bro,
way.
The boy feeling good.
The boy feeling good. I mean, after what I just saw, I mean, like, there's no way I can't feel any good. I mean, Jimmy Butler looks like he's playing a little bit better. Kyle Lowry has been playing way better. So I'm, he's gonna kill this shit.
Yes, indeed. You fellas have finally crossed over into the land where you should have been all season long. The Heat about to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking, man?
Hey yo.
Yo, the Pokemon card, we gotta get Royal one. Who's the final evolution is my question. I'm not sure.
The final evolution of me and Trey Rex, Chico Bean.
Gee, I'm gonna have to look.
They
him
don't
up
know who
again. I don't
Chico
remember.
Bean
Let's
is.
look him up.
Yeah, the Heat about to blow that shit out. Fuck is y'all talking about? It's the Bulls. We always blow their ass out. Ramlakan, do you
Did
think?
Gad
bro?
just get a nude?
Jimmy Buckets! Clutch time!
Tyler Hero, what a finisher he's becoming.
Lane, Oladipo, Hall.
What are you doing, Ramlakan? I was saying pull up a picture of Chico Bean, bro.
Oh, we're not done?
No.
Wow! Oh no!
Why did you pull up that picture of Chico Bean, bro?
That's the first one that came up.
How would you do that? The man pulled out the
Oh my,
worst
he's got that
picture of Chico
LeBron
Bean.
hairline. That's crazy.
The man
Wow.
picked up the worst Chico Bean picture, but yeah.
Wow.
they said I look like Chico Bean.
Isn't that his default on his Twitter?
All right, y'all.
Wow.
Now, play the video, Jonathan.
Man.
Jimmy Buckets! Clutch time!
Tyler Hero, what a finisher he's becoming.
Lane, Oladipo, Hall.
Wait, one more time. I forgot to say it, bro. Thank you guys in the comments as always for joining us, making the show much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my man Ramlakan, the three kings on here with me, King Ricky, King Threat, King Brain, and my man Gadiel Cartagena. Sorry about that again, y'all. But now, okay, for the last time. No more.
Good night, Michelle.
Play the video.
What?
Jimmy Buckets! Clutch time!
Ricky's
Tyler
a
Hero,
technical
what
foul.
a finisher he's becoming.
Lane, Oladipo, Hall.
Eject his ass.
That's right. You better mean mug after you dunk on somebody that way.